consumer surplus? It is the difference between the degree of satisfaction from consuming a product and the amount paid for it. Let's take the example of a customer walking into a craft shop, and he sees a mask that he really likes. This is so beautiful. I think I'd pay as much as $90 for it. Now, when the customer is willing to pay $90, if he is the customer, most keen on having it and willing to pay the highest price, then that tells us that $90 is the height of the demand curve when there's only one customer. So he makes an inquiry. How much is it? Oh, that kind of mask sells for $50. According to the definition of consumer surplus is the difference between the $90 he's willing to pay and the $50 he ends up paying. His consumer surplus is $40. A second customer, either less keen or just as keen but less wealthy and not able to pay as much, perhaps it's worth $70 to him. If he pays $50, then the consumer surplus is $20. The third customer, only willing to pay $60, that consumer surplus is $10. So we see that we can identify the consumer surplus for each customer as the difference between the height of the demand curve at that point, which represents each customer's willingness to pay, and therefore what it is worth to each customer, and the price paid. And further, that the total consumer surplus in the market is the sum of the area below the demand curve and above the line representing price. If we had a market with many hundreds of customers and we therefore had a smooth demand curve, then that area represents the consumer surplus.